Sorry, Tosh. Haven't called me yet, have they?
No, you're fine, Kath.
Oh, the buses.
Be a while yet.
What was the extent of the damage?
Well, they smashed all her car windows, slashed all the seats, and gave a paintwork a wash with brake fluid.
And her flat?
They kicked the door in and turned the place upside down.
There's nothing stolen.
Apparently not.
So, what was the motive?
Well, hopefully East Drain the CID will give us a couple of clues about that.
Mr. Polymore, on the afternoon in question, were you or were you not aware that the accused had a knife in his possession?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Mr. Polymore, you have just stated under oath that you were with Perry Fountain throughout that afternoon. Now, did you or did you not at any time see him with a knife in his possession?
I told you. I can't remember.
Oh, what about Frank Chalmers? Murder trial is a couple of days away. Kathy's a key witness. He's on remand, but Lenny's on the outside.
Yeah, worth a try, I suppose. Here, take the next to the left, then left again. If Marshall's just getting her knickers in a twist over nothing.
Well, Kathy's not the sort of girl who cries wolf simply because somebody kicks some milk bottles over.
Around here, doing people's paintwork and kicking their doors in is probably the local kids' idea of a practical joke. Here, I'll park him on the left then. Just...
Some practical joke.
What a stunt.
What happened?
Well, Polymore claims he suffers from intermittent amnesia. The judge is looking at his medical records.
We're going to have our work cut out here. Or at least you are.
I just want to get it over with.
Have you had breakfast?
Couldn't face it.
Right, come on. I'm buying. Come on.
We offered to get a couple of PCs over to help her clear up. They took her off to stay with friends last night.
So, you got any theories?
Well, Socko couldn't find any fingerprints. But we're having words with some of the local thugs. They might have found out she's in the job and decided to have a crack. We reckon they wanted to do her damage more than the flat.
How do you work that out?
Well, they bought brake fluid for the car, but no spray cans to do the flat. They certainly didn't forget to bring a knife with them, though. We reckon they were hoping to find her in. The only other thing was this. Their Sockos say the boot marks look like the ones found near the car.
No coincidence, then?
Well, there must be 100 cars in this road, and 150 flats. What do you think?
Miss Jostling, can you please tell the court what was the first thing you saw when you looked from your window?
A policewoman. She got out of a car. A panda car.
And what else?
Yes. A fight. A lot of blokes punching and kicking.
Just punching and kicking?
Well, there was something...
She's cracking already.
I don't know. I'm not sure. It was all really quick, and I was a long way away. I live on the 17th floor.
Yeah? Frank, take a pew.
The Kathy Marshall situation, Gov.
Yeah.
Looks like it's a bit more serious than just a few local yobs. Last night, between 6 and 11, someone came close to demolishing the place.
So are we looking for somebody with a grudge or somebody trying to pervert the course of justice?
Well, Kathy is a main witness in 2 trials. The Fountain trial's running at the moment.
When does the Chalmers trial come up at the Old Bailey?
Next month, Gov. Kathy's our key witness. She took a 999 from Denny Boyce just before he was killed. Said someone with a shotgun was trying to kick his door in. Clearly named Frank Chalmers. Kathy heard Boyce pleading with him. The next thing she hears is the gun going off.
So who'd want to keep him out of prison?
How about his brother, Lenny?
Well, there's good news and there's bad news, Kath. The good news is that it won't be long before you're called. But the bad news is that it looks like you're going to be the only decent witness.
Yeah? Well, it won't be the first time, will it?
We're looking for Lenny. Boss ain't in. Dave!
What you gonna do with that?
Lynne.
No word.
Hello, Mr. Burnside. What do you want?
We're investigating a possible attempt to pervert the course of justice. A witness in your brother's murder trial has been harassed.
Nothing to do with me, mate.
When was the last time you visited your brother?
A couple of days ago.
Been running errands for him, have you?
Like last night, for instance?
Yeah. He asked me to pop round, see how my mum and her sister-in-law were doing.
You didn't pop round and see anybody else last night, did you?
I left here about 5, picked up a bunch of flowers. Traffic was diabolical, so I got there about 6, watched the telly, left about 11, went straight home, all right?
I don't suppose there's anybody apart from your mother who can substantiate your story?
It's not a story. And yeah, there is somebody who can substantiate it. My sister-in-law. Carol, would you like to tell these nice policemen where I was last night?
Of course, you came to our house.
What time was that?
Just after the news. About 6 o'clock.
And you spent all night together, did you?
Not all night. Lem went home at 11 o'clock. I'm sure his wife will tell you.
Satisfied?
We'll be making further inquiries.
Upon arrival at 15:04, I parked on the parking area in between Beanoak House and Wilcott House. Close to the garage area, I saw approximately 12 youths involved in a fight. I called for urgent assistance and proceeded with caution in the direction of the fight. One of the youths produced a knife from his pocket and used it to stab another youth several times in quick succession in the face and the stomach. The victim fell to the ground, whereupon his attacker stabbed him twice more in the back. As I called urgently for an ambulance to the scene, the fighting ceased and the youths dispersed. I went to attend to the victim until further police officers and an ambulance arrived.
And could you identify the youth you say you saw carry out that attack?
I could.
Is that person present in this courtroom?
Yes, he's sitting in the dock.
Sir, I'd like to advise the DAC and have Cathy Marshall move to temporary accommodation until this is all over.
I agree. No problem, Dick.
Right, sir.
Yes, come in. Yes, Frank, what can I do for you?
Regarding the Cathy Marshall case, sir, I'd like to ask the prison governor if I can talk to Frank Chalmers later today.
Yes, no problem. Any difficulties, let me know, will you?
Thank you, sir.
Constable Marshall, you said that there were approximately a dozen youths involved in the fighting.
Yes.
Approximately a dozen. So there could have been, say, 15 or 20, perhaps.
No, not 20. There may have been as many as 15, but I'd say nearer 12.
15 people involved in a mass flurry of activity. Very difficult circumstances in which to clearly identify a particular individual and then to clearly ascertain his exact movements. Wouldn't you agree?
No, I wouldn't.
For how long would you say you observed the brawl before it dispersed?
About a minute.
And during this time, you say you made 2 calls on your radio?
That's correct.
Constable, could you tell the jury, please, what was the weather like on the day in question, the 4th of October?
It was dull.
And the distance from the parking area to the garages is how far, would you say?
About 30 meters.
Would you say that the action of a punch is identical to that of a stab?
There are similarities, but one involves the use of a knife.
Indeed. Similar actions. So, at 4 minutes past 3, on a dull afternoon in October, at a distance of almost 100 feet, amongst the hurly-burly of a mass scuffle, whilst using your radio set, you say you were able not only to clearly identify my client, but also to register his exact action. That is what you're saying, is it?
No.
Perhaps you would clarify to the court exactly what you are saying, Constable.
The same as I gave in evidence earlier. That I proceeded from the parking area towards the fight. When Perry Fountain pulled out the knife and stabbed the victim, I was within 10 meters of him.
What's happened to your coat?
No, this kind of intimidation's out of Fountain's league, Guff. Whoever tailed her to the court had tailed her home. Knew a bit about her. Okay. Have a seat.
Thank you, sir.
We won't keep you long. I know you've got a lot of sorting out to do.
Yeah. Property Services have organised a temporary flat.
Good.
Right. Well, the situation is, the leads we've had on this inquiry have all drawn a blank, so we're looking for a new angle. Have you got any ideas, Kath?
Not really, sir.
Can you think of anyone who might be holding a grudge? Someone from the past, maybe?
Well, over the years, I've nicked hundreds of villains.
Yeah, of course. But leaving the job aside for a sec, Kath, we were thinking more in terms of someone closer to home.
Like my ex-husband. Wouldn't come within 10 miles, not after last time.
Right, of course not. How about more recent relationships?
What do you want me to do, give you a list?
No, just simply people you've known who might have a motive.
And have my private life circulated all round CID?
Yeah, all right, Kath. Look, I know this is very difficult for
Well,
you.
then don't ask, sir. It's not someone who knows me, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, well, we have to be sure. It could help us to catch the culprit.
If you want to know who I'm going out with, there's no one. I haven't had a boyfriend in ages.
How about casual acquaintances?
I haven't slept with anyone in ages. Is that all right, sir?
Yeah, Kath, some of this stuff's still all right.
Are the other rooms okay, then?
No. But I'll sort it out. Do you want a cup of tea or coffee?
Well, I'll have a cup of coffee if there are any cups left.
Whatever's easiest, Kath.
Well, I'm sure I can find something, even if it's only 3 flower pots, eh?
Come on, then, let's sort some of this stuff out anyway. Scannell's answer to the Lone Ranger, eh, Dave? Look, do you want us to sort things out, or what?
You could run a Hoover over for me, eh? No, I wouldn't want to stretch your ego that far. Look, I'll just go and chuck a few things in a bag, eh?
Ask me for that coffee.
Sorry, lads, I'm all out.
No tea either?
Dave, easy with me.
People that Lenny saw this morning. Yourself, me, a couple of his oppos, and his sister-in-law dropped by. That's it.
He says he was doing his books all morning.
Hardly the most believable alibi in the world. Right. While Ted and I go and talk to Frank Chalmers, you go and see his mother. Check Lenny's alibi for last night. And then when you've done that, get onto East Drayton. Find out if they've discovered anything new. Give him a description of Lenny in his car. You never know. One of the neighbours might have seen him lurking around.
Right, Gov.
Yeah, got it. Thanks, guys.
Sure you're going to be all right, Kath?
Snug as a bug, Barry. Make sure I got some coffee next time.
Yeah, well, mind how you go, Kath, yeah? We'll see you tomorrow, all right?
Go on.
Evening. I'm Detective Inspector.
Cut that crap, Burnside.
I've advised my client to say nothing.
Well, why don't you wait until you hear what we've got to say?
We're investigating a possible attempt to pervert the course of justice. A witness in your impending murder trial has been harassed.
Oh, don't look at me. I've been stuck in here for the last 10 months.
Now, you listen. I know what's occurring. You know what's occurring. So just stop winding us up, all right?
Inspector Burnside, I must protest. You are abusing your authority by making these kinds of unsubstantiated allegations.
It's what they do best.
If it continues, then I shall make a complaint.
Okay. Let's cool this down a bit, shall we? Now, from where we're sitting, it looks as though somebody is out to do you a big favor. Now, who would want to do that? You say Lenny wouldn't. So who else is that desperate to keep you out of jail? I mean, someone who cares about you so much, they'd wreck an apartment and go around slashing people's clothes.
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks, Rika.
I heard about your flat and everything. Look, I've got to fly, but if you want anything, you will let me know, won't you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What brings you here?
Oh, I just came to pick up something from my locker, Sarge.
I tried to call you earlier.
Must have been out buying coffee or something.
Yeah, of course. Look, I've got the Chief Inspector on my tail. I'll give you a call later, all right?
Right, I'll be in all evening, Sergeant.
Hey, Kath, have you heard? Fountain got 5 years. His defence folded. Jury gave a unanimous decision.
Terrific.
Hey, Kath, I thought you'd be pleased.
Yeah, he gets 5 years and I get to live in a strange flat looking over my shoulder for the rest of my life. Oh, that's justice, Tosh.
Look, I'm sorry. I didn't look at it that way. We will get these, Netta.
Yeah, and what if you don't? We've all got good intentions, but basically when it comes down to it, I'm on my own, aren't I?
Look, I know this probably isn't the right place, but, how do you fancy a drink? It's my round.
Yeah, with a pub full of coppers treating me like an injured pet.
No, I meant a quiet drink. Just me and you.
I don't know. I'm just not thinking rationally. I came to pick up my truncheon, Tosh. I think my bottle's going.
You go and put your truncheon back. I'll go and get my car, and I'll see you around the front in a couple of minutes. All right?
All right.
Yeah, and don't worry.
Kathy, how's the temporary flat?
Fine, thank you, sir.
Good. Well, if there's anything we can do.
Thank you, sir.
Whenever.
D.C. Dashwood?
Sure.
Oh, right. I don't suppose they got the registration number. It is pretty distinctive.
No, whenever it's convenient, we'll
Oh, right. What about the driver?
Mm-hmm.
A woman? Sounds a bit iffy to me.
At first, I just felt numb. Now I just feel full of anger. I can't help it.
Whoever did it is obviously a slag. You're bound to feel angry with them.
No, not with them. I'm angry with myself. Because I've been trained not to show anything. But when I went back today to my flat and saw it all turned over, all my personal things, you know, photographs, letters, underwear, everything. Do you know what I felt? I felt sick, physically sick. I was with Dave and Barry and I could hear them larking about in the other room, so I pretended everything was fine. Because that's what you do if you're a good copper, isn't it? You pretend. You don't let anything show. Not anger or fear or love. Oh, God, Tosh, why do we do it?
Because we believe in it, I suppose.
Yep. I'm sorry. You're a good listener.
You've got nothing to be sorry about, Kath. Everybody needs somebody to talk to. Look, I'm afraid I've got to be off. I was serious about the camp bed, but our place is like a madhouse. But it's up to you.
Thanks, I'm fine. I just wanted a good moan, that's all.
Well, let me give you a lift to the flat, then.
No, really, I'm much better now. Anyway, it's not far. Fresh air will do me good.
Yeah, see ya. Oh, sir, could I have a word? I got a call from East Drayton a while back. One of Kathy Marshall's neighbours saw a car similar to Lenny Chalmers hanging around the flats last night. They didn't get a registration number, but thought the driver might have been a woman.
Her maiden name's Carol Slater. Shoplifting, 2 counts of fraud, psychiatric history. Tried to kill her mother when she was 13.
27 Hathaway Court, break-in. Informants...
Can you get a unit to Canley Road? It's urgent. Kathy Marshall.
Trouble?
We think Carol Chalmers is after her.
Quinnan and Stringer were in that area 3 minutes ago, sir. Post office in Philby Avenue.
Sierra Oscar 8-4 from Sierra Oscar. You receiving?
Get them to turn round, find her, and stay with her. It's 51 Sopwith Gardens.
Chalmers, that's Frank Chalmers' wife.
History of mental instability. Could be armed. I'm going to warn Monroe. And Bob, the phone number's there. Make sure she doesn't let anybody in.
Right.
Which floor? 10, please. Same as me.
Sorry. I think I've locked myself out. I couldn't use your phone, could I? I just want to phone my husband. He's got the other keys. Sorry.
I'd better answer that. Hang on a minute, will you?
On second thoughts, you better leave it, Kathy.
I said leave it! Do you know me?
No.
I know you. Kathy Marshall. PC Kathy Marshall, that's you, innit?
Put the knife down, eh?
I'm Carol. Carol Chalmers. Frank Chalmers' wife.
Right, Carol, put the knife down. Ah!
This won't help Frank. Think about it, Carol. If you hurt me, you'll be hurting Frank. I can't change what happens, you can. But only if you put down the knife.
Come on.
Kath, you all right?
Drop the knife. I said drop it. Keep the bloody door in there.
Hold still. You all right, Kath?
Carol Chalmers, I'm arresting you for assault. You don't have to say anything unless you wish to do so. But anything you do say may be given a notice. Bitch!
Show me.
What kept you, Dave?